Je lisais pendant l'été, là. Tu sais, quand j'avais work le matin à 8h du matin, belle. Pas d'appel. Sur là, je lisais le livre. C'est un petit livre de 400 pages. C'était intéressant au début, mais après ça, c'est rendu un petit peu trop comme, ok, si t'es malade, il faut que avec ta façon de penser, ton autosuggestion, justement, toi-même, tu vas guérir. C'est un petit peu difficile à lire parce que je crois pas vraiment à des choses comme ça, que juste par ta pensée tu peux guérir. Par exemple, le fait que tu avais très 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 mal au bras parce que t'as coupé quelque chose ou whatever.
Ouais.
Ça se dit en général, mais c'était vraiment écrit plus deep là-dedans, puis comme c'est un petit peu dur à croire, puis quand c'est dur à croire, c'est difficile à lire, mais peut-être que je vais finir ça un jour.
On parle de métaphysique, on parle des livres qui te disent que par la pensée, tu vas réussir à faire des choses que jamais tu aurais cru, comme même avoir des influences sur la matière en tant que telle.
Exactement, c'est le livre, basically, c'était ça. Puis justement là que tu parlais de hypnose. Puis comme ça, c'était considéré comme fake.
Ouais.
Mais c'est pas fake parce que, en gros, ce que tu as dit, c'était quoi? C'était que la personne mettait les gens en hypnose, quote unquote, avec des magnétismes et tout. Puis finalement, c'était prouvé que c'était pas vrai. C'est-à-dire qu'il faisait rien de lui, c'était les gens qui lui donnaient cette idée qu'ils sont en hypnose.
Exact, mais c'est parce qu'il a dit dans une de ses quotes, justement, il est dans cette partie-là, page 23 de ce livre, qui s'appelle La psychologie des grands concepts expliqués. Donc, c'est ça, c'est Abbé Faria. Puis dans le fond, il a dit « Rien n'est dû au magnétiseur, tout vient du sujet et se passe dans son imagination. » Donc, il est en train de dire que le patient lui-même, c'est lui qui s'induit dans cet état-là.
Exactement. Il y avait un sujet comme ça aussi dans le livre que moi je lisais, c'est l'autosuggestion or suggestion. C'est-à-dire que tu te suggères à toi-même, à ton cerveau, à ton inconscient, certaines informations, certains sujets. Et là, si tu le fais vraiment bien et que tu deviens vraiment à l'aise avec ça, tu vas être capable de rentrer justement et de teach à ton cerveau une pensée. Parce qu'en fait, c'est comme si ton cerveau, c'est un petit peu ça. Ton cerveau, c'est comme les buts, ok? Si on fait ça une comparaison, là, imagine-toi les buts de soccer.
Ouais.
À chaque jour, tu as des pensées. Puis tes pensées, c'est quoi? C'est des tirs que tu tires vers les buts.
Vers les buts, exact.
Il y en a certains qui rentrent, il y en a certains qui ne rentrent pas. Puis il y en a la plupart qui rentrent, ça peut être positif, négatif. C'est pour ça qu'on dit qu'il faut contrôler les pensées qu'il y en a parce que ça rentre dans ton cerveau, puis ça affecte justement les résultats.
Dans les subconscients.
Le résultat du match, techniquement le résultat de ton subconscient. Les gens justement de l'extérieur qui sont capables de... Là, nous, on appelle ça des fois manipulation. Des gens qui ont le pouvoir de parler très bien, de suggérer à toi une idée qui va rentrer dans ton conscient et qui va passer dans ton subconscient. Et justement, là, toi-même, tu vas accepter cette idée-là et tu vas justement dire ce qui était nécessaire de dire, ce qu'il est demandé. Mais des fois, tu peux le faire sans une personne additionnelle qui est la personne qui t'hypnose. Tu peux le faire à toi-même. On l'appelle vraiment légèrement, si on check ça vraiment de base, c'est quand tu parles à toi-même. Right? Self-talk.
Self-talk.
And by the way, let's talk in English right now.
That's true, that's very true.
Hey man, we gotta touch everybody. Welcome to this podcast that does not have any name yet, but
we're working on it.
So let's continue in English. Why not? Pretty sure we are almost everybody bilingual. So that's on base level, it's called self-talk, right? when you talk to yourself before something important and an exam or performance, you do that, and what you are doing, you are auto-suggesting yourself ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go deeper, then the ideas can be so much important.
Sorry, it's just that we were supposed to talk in English since the beginning, and I just got caught up with that.
Hey, les Québécois, là,
Sorry.
Yeah, so.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, so basically the basic stuff is the self-talk, but if you go deeper, it's called auto-suggestion. So you suggest to yourself, and a thought that is very difficult normally to make yourself believe it, but you do it. And how you do it? Well, it's repetition. But sometimes some people understood that earlier. I don't know when this experiment was done, but earlier they started becoming hypnotists, people who could put you in that state of mind that whatever question I ask you or whatever experience that you had, I can ask you about it and you will come back to it and give me the real situation.
Yeah.
And recently, I was talking about aliens.
Yeah.
Because there was an episode of Joe Rogan that was talking about that.
Yeah.
And I did some research about a guy who was talking about how he had an encounter with them.
Okay.
And he was taken by them. And he was on Oprah Winfrey show, like back in 97 maybe, something like that. And the way that he was trying to prove that it happened really, there was a doctor with him from Harvard who did to him hypnosis. Basically, he was in a state of mind that he was relaxed, and whatever the doctor from Harvard told him to tell him, he did it without any extra thought. And he told him, "Tell me what happened that night that you told everybody that there was aliens who took you and who were trying to do experiments on you." And when you hear that tape, the guy is telling straight up what happened, and he was screaming like crazy, and the real emotion that he felt that time, he reproduced it. And he himself, during that interview with Oprah, he was like, when I heard that, I knew that I was not lying to myself. I didn't imagine that, because I heard the tape and it's crazy, he was screaming like somebody's cutting his leg or something, crazy.
Yeah.
When you have your worst nightmare?
Yes.
And you want to wake up and it seems real, I don't know, there's a crocodile eating your fucking leg. He was screaming like that, help,
he was living it again by the cells they can remember.
You can feel how he's breathing, kind of it's not fake. You can
he wasn't faking it.
Yeah, so some
physical reactions to this memory, to a trauma.
Exactly, yeah, that you can feel that it was real, it wasn't made up. Now, everybody has their own opinions, if it's true, if it's not, if it was aliens, if it was maybe somebody else trying to, torture him or playing with his mind, or maybe he did drugs, you never know. But it says that in hypnosis, person who is trying to control you, he's not doing anything crazy, it's just giving you a thought. In that state of mind, you're relaxed, and you just take it, and if you accept it, you go in.
Yeah.
And I heard also, if you are not somebody who can be relaxed, easy, not have tension, it's not working. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, because again, we're talking about this setup that they make, so the people feel comfortable enough to get in this state of hypnosis, because at the end, it's the patient itself who gives the power to the therapist to actually make this happen. I mean, it could be, I don't know, it could be a prank, it could be a way to make money. To me, aliens...
Speaking about the alien situation?
Yeah, speaking about the alien situation.
Okay, you want to go there?
I want to go there.
You want to go there?
I really want to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I kind of don't believe in this thing of having aliens, because I haven't seen one, As simple as that.
Okay.
The day I'm gonna see one alien, like I'm gonna invite him here in the broadcast, and I'm not gonna make him talk. You know?
Maybe it's him, no. Maybe it's the sofa. You never know.
It's somewhere in here. Oh, that's not in here. That's actually not in here. I mean,
Somebody watching this, okay, can tell you, okay, but you never saw the moon. You never saw the Earth from outside. So it means that it doesn't exist.
no, it doesn't. It's not like that. It's like, for example, people who believe in God, they haven't seen him, but they all believe in God, right? It's faith. So people who believe in aliens, to me, are people who have faith in these things. Have faith that we're not the only one living in this galaxy. But
there are proofs also.
well, you can find proofs, and there are lots of groups of people who gather around and talk about their
But
experience.
not just people, bro.
And people who said, who have been kidnapped and...
Not just people. Okay. Let me give my side of the thing.
Go ahead.
True. There's a lot of bullshit. You know, people think or so
Come
something.
to Nevada, so I'm gonna sell you a t-shirt with an alien. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Okay, but look, yes, a lot of people talk, bullshit. A lot of people do that just for attention. But the real, I'm not talking about people who said they was taken by them. No, I'm talking about who saw them, and people who work for the
army,
government, the army.
Yeah.
You know, not recently maybe, but in 2003, whatever, there was a Air Force commander who saw something like that. Like a ship, airship. Like he called it like a tic tac, because it looked like a tic tac, and it was going up and down quickly, like nothing in a second, fast. That's one of the examples.
And lots of people have said these things. Not only one pilot of the army, but many others. I've heard these stories where they see the same pattern.
They also proof in the regards of the radar that catch the signals. There was one that saw it. And their bigger proof is the guy who was working at the base. If I'm mistaken,
Area 51?
Yeah, the Bob Lazar guy.
Okay.
If I'm mistaken, he was working there, and he was brought there specifically to work on specific cases of aliens, and they had a ship there.
Yeah.
And it's not just that he was saying that, because his whole career, because he spoke with a journalist in the 80s, and he posted out the information, and the government was mad at him. So from that time, everything was going bad for him. Lost his job. He was, he was scared for his life. Really didn't go well for him, because he saw information. He told information about things that wasn't supposed to go out. And from his experience, what he saw extra there, he saw other ships, and he saw that it's small ships, and inside there is like nothing, and it's a small place like for smaller beings,
Okay.
And whatever he saw, he told also that there was times that they were doing experiments with those ships.
Okay.
People here.
Okay.
with
like,
those ships,
and
just making the ship go up and come down. And they are doing that outside. And so what he decided to do, to tell his friends, because imagine, you work there.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's a unique job.
Yes, of
Not
course.
everybody are doing that.
No.
You gotta be first smart. You gotta have the trust of government, and the army.
Yeah.
And he decided to tell few of his friends, what he's saying, and hey, come at this time, at this place, we're gonna do the experiment with these things, you gotta believe me. Because they didn't believe him either.
Okay.
So they came, they see that, what? And they came back again, and then they got caught that they were coming there, because you don't have the right to, bring them.
To be there.
So what they did, I think they gave him like warning, severe warning.
Yeah.
Like,
Next time you're out. Or
fully,
maybe you're out.
like family or with your wife and all that. But finally, what happened? He talked with the journalist. The journalist published his story, and he lost everything. Like everything goes down on war. And
did they kill his family? Did they go
they
after
didn't kill him, but
him? Like physically?
Like I don't remember exact details because it's been 2 year.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one if you want to check that
What's
one.
the name of this guy?
Bob Lazar. And
Bob
here's
Lazar.
the reason, because I think in a year or 2 years he made a documentary about that with some other people about his story. So it came out popular, that subject. That's why everybody was talking about the Area 51. Let's go there, see if the aliens are there. It's because of him.
Yeah, it was a big movement. Yeah,
it's because of him, because his story came out and people, brought attention to that subject.
But nobody went to that movement at the end.
You cannot go.
Nobody went to the event.
No, but
they were saying that they were going to throw down the barriers and everywhere to them like that. You guys do it? Or what? You believe you're in like a Fortnite game or something? Like
get wiped out by aliens. They're like, come with me, bro. We've been here.
I know what you're talking about, like the radars. Okay, coming back to the radars that they.
I'm not telling like he's right, but I'm pretty sure
there's something real in it.
If we are here, okay, if let's go deeper, okay. Right now, you are watching this video, okay? I'm here with him. Look at yourself. Look at your hands. You are already an alien yourself, okay? And that's like, we are aliens, bro. We exist. Everything this exists. Animals exist. The Earth, there are little electrons, atoms. They exist. If you go out of the Earth,
there is beings out of Earth, but in form of germs. Like not in like intelligent beings like us, intelligent even there. I'm not pretty sure sometimes, but intelligent beings like us, like okay, I don't believe that they're out there, but well, they have say already is that there are like virus out there. There are like germs, bacteria, like what we were back then. If you believe like in the theory of Darwin, like where we started at some point being coming out of the water as bacteria and then evolving and everything. Following that, there are germs are out there. But now, if you're religious, what you're gonna believe? You're gonna believe that it was Adam and Eve, and that the God gave them the big garden, and that they buy the apple. So at the end, it's up to you what you want to believe, but I do not believe in that.
They are not like religions who talk about them. I think they are.
In the Bible, you think they talk about aliens? They talk about giants. They talk about the angels. And if you want
angels, they might be aliens, and
or maybe demons.
Exactly.
If you want to follow up with this, beliefs.
What I want to tell you, told the aliens.
Coming back to the subject, to the Mr. Bob.
Yeah, exactly. That's an example just to give you that, some, like, not anybody, it's a person who worked in
I understand.
the specific area and who saw something. And recently there is another interview that came out which talks about the situation that happened maybe 20 years ago in Africa. That one is a little bit crazier in Zimbabwe, where in a school for kids there was a ship, an alien ship who came down, and about 100 or 200 kids saw it, and they all afterwards did drawings, and all the drawings were the same. And they told that the aliens gave them a message, not verbally, telepathically. I think I told you that. That's the technology is the danger. Now that's a bit crazy, but
what technology is danger.
Yeah, specifically.
And that's something we're seeing out there today, right?
It is. Yeah. It is. Well,
like with the
very dangerous. Now it's not visible, but in long term. But long story short, that situation, they did a new documentary about that. 20 years later, those same kids, the one who are still here, and they asked about the situation, and they asked, to again speak about them, and they told again same story, exactly how it happened. And what they told also that it's situation that happen a lot in all the places in the world, but they are rarely told, because people are scared to tell whatever happened because they will think everybody will think I'm crazy, or they will think I'm searching attention, they will be humiliated, whatever. Because if it's something that you saw, but you yourself, you are not sure if it's real aliens, and if you go out and tell everybody and you're like, they're judging you and they think it was high, or you took drugs and whatever.
You took drugs. Don't you remember, Johnny?
It's crazy, it's impossible, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's more difficult, but there are cases like that. I'm pretty sure.
If we look up, you said it was in Zimbabwe, okay? And there was like 100 or 200 kids who actually saw this, that they were drying. Okay, where can I find this? Like, what should I look for?
You can search the information or watch the interview. It's a really recent interview from Joe Rogan again.
Joe Rogan, okay.
He interviewed two guys. I think one guy's name is Jack. It's really the recent ones, so you can find it easy. I'm not telling that the guy is saying true, but the information that they gathered, those are like scientific people, Well, one is, and the other one I'm not sure, but one is really scientific people who since the 60s he was working on research.
On this type of projects.
Yeah,
on the aliens.
Like he was visiting different places in the world, like Argentina, Africa, different other countries, where there was told that this type of situation happened. And he was going there speaking with people who had that experience, trying to understand what happened, documenting it, think if it's maybe bullshit or not true. Like that was their job.
Yeah. Well, I do believe in this type of jobs that humans created, because Trump not long ago, 2019, in 2019, he actually said that he was creating an army, a space army. He actually said it openly. You can find this in YouTube. It's a conference. He's in front of all the military. He's saying thank you for this, thank you for that, political stuff, blah 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 here and there. But he said at some point that there was a space army that was being created, that was putting a lot of money in the history of the United States. He was putting the largest amount of money in the history of the United States for the army. Not only for the space army, but for the army, and creating this new thing called the space. Back up here after Amber Alert.
Alert.
Yeah,
The
Amber
aliens are
Alert
coming.
Yeah.
He was telling that it's interesting that 30 or 100 people from Zimbabwe had the same experience.
Yeah, 100.
No, he was telling actually something even interesting. That
The space army.
Yeah.
Trump. Yeah, and the space army. We had caught up, but
Trump is, I don't know. He will talk just
a lot
to
of
talk.
blah blah,
Okay.
for sure.
That's pretty much his profession. But maybe there's something that we don't know, but already like, what do you want to colonize? First, to colonize or to fight, you gotta find something where there is life,
Yeah.
There is nothing for now where there is life. But I'm pretty
that they
sure.
have told us, right? Because again, if you were a straight believer that the aliens are out there and that they're trying to communicate with us and that they're out there waiting for us to meet them or whatever.
Sure, that's
your
conspiracy.
idea. You keep going with that, and that's okay.
But I'm pretty sure they
But
don't
I'm
live
not-
close to us. I'm pretty sure they live maybe in even another dimension.
Yeah, and like in another dimension. So we're getting there into this,
one day. But I'm sure that all the powerful countries, they are investing a lot of money in they've been investing since the 50s in the space programs.
Yeah.
Russia, US, China, Iran even, France, they are all investing in, the exploration of space. That's for sure. But Trump, likes to talk.
He's a psychedelic guy. he's like in some good drugs. Like, let me try one of those, please.
One thing that nobody talks about, or almost nobody, the guy had COVID, the virus,
Yeah.
deadly virus.
Yeah.
He is about 70 years and older.
Yeah.
He beat that shit out in 2 days. And he was doing his campaign and fucking going to be a president for a second time in a row. How? How? Just tell me, bro.
He wasn't sick at all.
It doesn't work out. No, I think he was sick.
I don't think so.
I think
that's part of the campaign.
That can be one way.
Like, listen to me.
He beat it, he's strong guy.
I can fucking beat the virus in 2 days.
Maybe
the virus, stopping the whole world or the whole fucking economy. But you know what? I'm stronger than all this shit, and we're gonna make America great again. No shit, that's.
But bro, maybe he had it. Okay. But maybe they had, you know, the fast
cure.
Yeah,
probably because there is a lot of there is a lot of issues and
bro, you got few $billions. Hey, take this 1 million, give me that quickly.
Yeah.
Try it on a few people right now. No, they try it on somebody, he dies. They try it on somebody else, he survives again. Oh, okay, quickly in a few hours, here is your cure.
Right.
Here is your dosage of LSD. Here is your cocaine, sir. The country is waiting for you. Thank you. Today, we are here. Je te jure sûr qu'il fait des drogues. Des drogues acceptées, sûrement, comme Adderall and all that shit. Mais sûrement qu'il le fait pour avoir l'énergie.
Well, there is not only accepted drugs, there's lots of drugs that...
Des stimulants.
Yeah. Like MDMA or ecstasy or...
Des choses... Tout ce qui est mauvais, il enlève sûrement. Tout ce qui est addictif, sûrement qu'il enlève. La dose parfaite. Pour qu'il soit... Ah, je suis sûr que t'as même l'autre aussi. Ah, pourquoi on parle français? Parce qu'on est au Québec. I'm sure Biden also, because that guy is not here fully, let's say, and probably to be active and to be awake, he needs some extra dosage also.
Yeah, it doesn't sound wrong. Like, most of politicians should maybe take some drugs. yeah, maybe. It's not very, like, out of this world, you know? Like, they're still humans like us with lots of pressure in the back.
But it's hypocrite.
Well, hypocrite
it's like,
or not.
It's like do as I say, not as I do.
Well, that's how it rolls, right? When you have power, you do what you want. When you have money, you have power. And if you have very poor values in some areas, then you do whatever you like to do. Like, let's talk about the fucking pedophile of Mr. Joe Biden.
The son?
Yeah, the son, and you think that he's not involved in all that? Do you really think he didn't know? Now he's running for president. Okay, he's probably gonna be the president of the United States 2020, and
he's
again
technically already,
but I don't know. We still have a chance to make America great again. I mean, no fucking way. But again, you know, he doesn't want to get involved in this type of stories because now he's running to be a politician, right? So, of course, he's gonna blame his son. His son doesn't have, well, he has a political career, but he's not as important as his father having right now. So for sure, he's gonna put all the blame on his son.
Do you want to hear a crazy story?
Go ahead, tell me a crazy story.
About pedophiles.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, guys, but it's been actually proven that there is some rituals, some island.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about probably not a lot of people know about that in Canada, or somebody of our ages, but they're the case of Epstein, the guy who tried to kill himself in the prison, and it didn't work.
What's his name?
First name I don't remember. Last name is Epstein. Something like that. So this guy was close to a lot of known people, politicians.
Mm-hmm.
He basically wanted to, in exchange for money, not tell information about those politicians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the deeper story, but I know for a fact that he was talking about that there was an island where a lot of these politicians was going. One of them was Bill Clinton. the ex-president of the United States. They were going there, and now we don't know if they knew or not that there were some girls there, underage girls.
Okay.
So he might have some footage of them doing stuff, and he was, trying to get some money from them to not tell the truth. So this guy, he was arrested, put into prison.
Okay.
He tried to do a suicide. First time, didn't work. Second time, he was still in prison, in his cell. From nowhere, the cameras got out.
Oh.
The two security guys weren't there, and the inmate who was with him was a big Italian guy with a shaved head, strong as fuck, who was, there for a lot of killings. And Mr. Epstein died.
Oh,
yeah.
He died just like that? Or
He died.
Mr. Italian killed him during the night?
Who knows? So
Wiki,
the cameras...
Wiki, I'm gonna put a pillow
the
over
cameras
your head
out.
so you shut the fuck up,
The
right?
guards wasn't there, so he was there, so basically he got killed. So all this to talk about this island, and also to bring out the story about there is rituals between billionaires and politicians who do this type of rituals in specific places, maybe not an island, but maybe there also. And it's really nasty. They do a simulation of sacrifice of a child.
Okay.
Now I don't know if it's really a simulation.
We're getting into the Illuminati kind of stuff, right?
That's pretty, it's not like our opinion, it's documented that this type of things exist. If you are interested, go on internet and search up whatever I just talked about, sacrifice and simulation of sacrifice, politicians, billionaires. You can search up Alex Jones, who is known to be studying that. You will have more information. So, actually he was, the guy who I was talking about, Alex Jones, he was present in one of those meetings
ceremonies,
as a not undercover kind of stuff or whatever.
Okay.
And even Hollywood people, known people, they are
into this type of things, right? Yeah, and there is some movies that actually
Talk
show. And
there is one I'll
this
tell about the
shit.
movie. It's called, I didn't finish it, but it's called Good Shepherd, I think. With Robert De Niro who made it, and it's Matt Damon who plays it. And basically the idea is, the guy is playing like a CIA agent during the 50s. Yeah. But basically the idea is that they do something like this. And then what they do also, they might have orgies together. Man, woman, man, kids, whatever.
Yeah.
And also, if that's crazy, we're probably gonna get banned. But okay, let's not go in details. But there might be some, politicians, and there are some other politicians on lower level who want to go up. So to go up, the higher politician gotta humiliate the other guy to accept him on that position, if you know what I mean. In the movie that I just talked about, The Good Shepherd, the entrance to that type of secret society, the guy was supposed to fight with another guy, naked, and while they were doing that, all the other people were watching that, and they were, hey, go, and even some guys were pissing on them. And the guy who was in the movie, Matt Damon, when he saw that somebody was pissing, he got out, he was like, yo, what the fuck, I'm not here for something like that. What the fuck is this? And the other guy goes, yeah, don't worry, it's like this.
It's normal.
It's part of the game.
Welcome.
Part of the game. It's just
welcome
the process. So after that, in the movie, they just eat, and you see a lot of people with the hoodies, black.
Okay, but this happened offset or in the movie?
This story that somebody pissed on somebody is in the movie.
It's in the movie.
But what I'm talking about, the other stuff, it's happening some I cannot tell you where, who, but it's it's not conspiracies. It's not a hypothesis.
It's actually a fact.
It is a fact. If you do your research in US, I don't know if other countries, that's something that happened. Maybe it's happening. In the movie, that's his integration to that secret society, and he's secret agent of CIA and all that stuff. But in real life, so that's how things happen, you know. And they might tell you like, no, it's not false, but it's not a ritual or devilish ritual. It's just that's something between us, a special event we do. You know, they can cover it up like that. It's an event. Yeah. Mass power people are brought there. Invited. We are just having fun, having vibes. Yeah. That's it.
But again, there's a lot of things that has been discussed in this.
Yeah, and the movie is based on something. You know, Robert De Niro is from Hollywood. He knows what is what. He's been there since the 70s. So, and in the movie there is a part where, again, the same situation part, like there's the guy with a knife or something.
Okay.
He's like, I don't remember if it's knife. There was a guy with a mask, like scary mask, and they were like, like welcome to the society or the underground.
Yeah. And we see this in a lot of, not only in this movie that you see, but also in cartoons.
They joke about it.
Yeah, exactly. In adult cartoons, in regular
there was something
cartoons.
like that in Simpsons. I remember.
Yeah, exactly. In all types of cartoons, we see this type of meetings where people are secretly called to this place here and there to make a big ritual.
Well, I mean, it surely exists.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if it's documented openly like that, the best way to hide
but it's not open like
is showing it to the public. That's the best way to hide something.
But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't
show it up.
They don't know about that. A lot of people. They just think, politicians are corrupt.
Yeah, man. But today, we're in the globalization. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it the term? Yes, globalization. So.
The information is more available.
Exactly. Like you probably heard about this, unless you don't have internet in your house,
or you're not interested, or you don't, they're not curious about learning some stuff out of our country, out of our city.
No, man.
But the proof that this type of societies exists, it's easy to believe that it exists. Why? Because example that a lot of people like, and actually I will do a linking to another subject afterwards. The mafia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the US. It became more known, not because they want it.
No.
It's just that, some of the things they were doing, and like at the beginning it was pretty low key.
Yeah.
They was even able to put out even the president of the country there,
right.
And all that stuff, take out allegedly some of the, principal people there, not John F. Kennedy, but I don't know, well, the movie that came out last year, Irishman.
Okay.
Hoffa, the guy who was running against John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
He got killed, and technically he was killed by the mafia.
Okay.
Why? Because it was like a competition against John F. Kennedy and his brother, everything like that. So they were low key first, they're rich, they made their money, they're in politics, they have control on everything. Then they became high key. A lot of them got in prison because why? The government cannot tolerate another society making money on their head illegally and killing each other, and because it was high profile. But nowadays we don't talk about it in terms of that it exists still because they are smart. They came back to their roots. They are low key. They exist I think most of the countries in the world.
Yeah.
But they are very low key.
Yeah.
And
they pass out through history because of the alcohol, like in the United States, for example.
In the United States, it started with that. In the United States, it started from that, but in Italy,
it was already there.
But in the United States, of course, you close the market.
That's why you heard about them a lot.
Yeah, exactly. But at that time,
they got known.
They made so much money that they got powerful, and then it came. Yeah, they are there, but you didn't know exactly like who are the. I'm talking about like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Everybody knew who are the top.
Yes.
Mafia bosses and families because it's already like known.
Yeah.
And
And it's like that.
FBI and government didn't want them to be low key because they are making money without paying them, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they cut down, but they still exist, and now nobody talks about them. It's very rare. The only time you hear talk about them, it's when somebody of them dies. I don't know if you see that, but like when you, I don't watch news. I mean, but when there is a news on internet on the mafia, it's somebody dies, like a mob, elderly mob, a boss died in Montreal this day, and you see like 3 photos, then that's it.
That's it.
You won't see any, this war happened, this thing happened,
No.
while they are here. Even in Montreal, United States, every state they are here. But this secret society, they are low key. There is politicians, there's this, there's that. If nobody talks about
they're
it,
not that low key, right? If they were that low key, we wouldn't be discussing about this.
We are discussing, right? Bro, but there's 90% of the population who doesn't even know all that.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody I talk, they all talk about these things. They all think about this elite from the most powerful people in the world who.
No, that's Illuminati has been an idea from 80s, whatever.
You're talking about the rituals, like the.
I'm talking about rituals that politicians, or maybe you never know, president or rich people, or they gather together. They go through like Islam to do some stuff. I don't think that some people think about it, and it's crazy to even think about something like that.
Well, now if you have the money.
But I mean,
right?
okay. But
I mean, let's say Ronaldo, he has an island for himself and his family.
Yeah, exactly.
Like things like that.
But he doesn't go with his soccer friends to that island each time, like in a year, for 2 weeks without their wives and all that, and having just
that you don't know. That you don't know.
I don't know exactly.
Maybe the whole team go there and
exactly. But that's the strange thing.
And whatever.
That's the strange thing, and what I wanted to connect the subject, if I'm not mistaken, it was just a phrase that I just want to talk about it. Yesterday I was watching like another podcast. I don't know if you know Jordan Peterson. It's a very interesting guy.
Jordan Peterson.
He's a professor from actually Toronto University.
Okay.
But he's very known like for his lectures. No, just lectures. But he did a book also because he got more fame.
Yes.
You gotta monetize that.
You're smart. You make money out of it.
So the guy, he was just talking about a lot of stuff, but just one phrase he told was like interesting. He was like, good people don't do bad things, not because they are good people. They don't do it because they are afraid.
Okay.
And why I'm talking about this, because we talk about mob.
So good people,
they don't do bad things.
They don't do bad things.
Not because they are good people, because they're afraid to do that bad thing. There is difference, right?
Yeah, big difference.
And why we as people, when we watch movies, why are we interested in crime movies, in bad people and bad heroes? Why are we interested? Like, why is it always interesting to see a crime movie or to see a mafia movie, You see the bad guys, they're making illegal stuff, killing people, making money without, the right to do it legally.
Yeah.
But you're interested and you're like excited to watch it.
Yes.
Because you root for somebody who did take the risk and who wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
And even though you know that at the end of the movie this guy will probably lose.
End up in jail or death.
Exactly. He will probably lose, he will die, he won't be the winner, but you still like his character in the movie, you still want to watch more movies, and it's true because we identify on some things that you think it's courageous, you think it's like something that impressive.
Yeah.
And even in real life, like let's say because that's different type of mentality that you need to have to like that. But let's say there is a person who does illegal stuff, right? Not the guys, maybe even the guys will respect him. Some people. The girls will have more like, whoa, shit, that's cool. Oh, interesting, mysterious. Oh, the guy takes risks. Damn, I'm gonna go see him.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's captivating.
Yes.
Me, oh no, I will never do bad things. But then he's doing, and he's taking the risk. I would like to be close to that type of person, but personally I won't do anything, because I'm scared. I'm a good person. No, I'm a good person. But I like.
I'm a good person, but I want to be around this type of people.
Yes. Why?
So
because
what does that make me?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that makes you that you're not really a good person. You are technically just afraid of doing the things that you want to do
yeah,
for the fun of it, adrenaline, just to try, or to think you are badass or you're cool, or
yeah.
you're not
Lots
just
of things, right? There's a lot of people who commit crimes just for the money. There is a lot of people who commit crimes because they're addict to crack or they addict to whatever substance they take.
or whatever.
So
the crime
what they
is,
do, they take the purse to buy more crack, to buy more of
exactly.
these drugs. But it's different, right? It's the dynamics of a criminal that's structured and a criminal that do it for the drugs or for addiction. It's way different. But both are doing these things called bad things.
Yes, and there is the difference between. There are like three types of things, in my opinion, in bad things considered.
Okay.
Like a person who does a crime to do good thing, is it a bad person?
Like for example, let's say
I steal food for my kids.
yeah, okay.
Is it a bad person? Is it a criminal? Yes, it is a criminal. Is it a bad person? Ethically, you can have opinions.
He's still a responsible dad, right? A responsible dad must feed his children.
Yeah, it's an ethical question.
At the end, he's a thief for some people, but to some other, he's just
He's a good
doing his duty.
person. Yeah, he's a good person in a bad situation, not a criminal, right?
Yeah.
But if you do a bad thing just to do it, or for reasons that are not for surviving or good reasons, you are a bad person, right? If you steal just to steal, or if you steal, or if you sell crack to somebody just to sell them and make their life miserable, you're a bad person. You're
Well,
a criminal, but
if I sell crack, I'm gonna tell you if it's not me, it's somebody else.
No, but
Who gonna sell you that, right?
yeah,
I want to make the money on you,
yeah.
on your back, and I want the money to come back to me. Why should I let the other guy give you the same crack?
But the motive is that you want to make money.
Yeah.
Again, to do good thing, which is survive family, right?
Yeah.
That's the third one, which is the business side. But the second one is some people do it just because they want to do bad things to people. Some people go rob somebody knowing that there might be somebody there and they don't give a damn. I hurt them anyway.
Yeah.
It's not just to only survive, they do it
No,
because
there
they
are
like
lots of
that,
motivations.
they're crazy or whatever. So they do bad things for bad reasons.
Yeah.
So they're not just criminals, but they are bad people. There are other people who do it for business side. On business side, we go down more professional, organized crime. That's for the business side. Yes, they are doing bad things, sometimes to bad people, sometimes to good people, but it's for making money. It's for making money. Now, is it a good reason to make money? Is it a bad reason to make money, to do all that? Again, both sides. But the worst thing that you can do is do bad things for bad reasons, egoistical stuff. And now you're not just a criminal, you're a bad person.
But who's good? Tell me. Like, who's good?
Who's good?
Who's a good person? Who you consider a good person? Someone that is accepted by society, right?
No.
In some way.
No. A good person, of course, like it's subjective. Like anybody can have an opinion on what is good, what is bad. Okay, we can go deeper and tell what's evil, what's not evil. But a good person, in my opinion, should be somebody whose actions are not harmful to other people. And if they are harmful, they should be valid reasons, good reasons
for this.
Like if your actions have only good consequences for yourself, egoistically, like just for me, you're not necessarily a good person if it hurts somebody else. But if it's a bad thing, but it's for the better for everybody else, you can be considered as a good person. So basically, it's really meant to, if it's harming somebody else, if it's only benefiting you, yourself, and I, you know, in those terms, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think.
Me, I believe that a person who's considered as good person is just based on social approval. Like, because we socially accept a behavior, we're gonna say, okay, that's a good person. But at the end, it doesn't make you a good person. Like,
That's true.
it's just how do we say this? It's just like
But it's your values also that make
collective illusion, a collective belief that you're good because you go to the church every Sunday. You're good.
Yeah, that's of course.
You know, stuff like that. That doesn't
not,
make you any good. Like
it doesn't make you bad either.
No,
just,
exactly. It makes you just a
it
human
puts you in a
being
category.
living.
Yeah.
Right. At the end, I don't believe that somebody's good or somebody's bad. You never know the reasons. We act
True.
based on an action. Like, let's say we're in front of a situation of risk. Okay. Let's say we're in a risk situations, and you know what? I have a knife or I have a gun on me. And because I thought that these people was going to kill me, I kill them first. That was my survival instinct.
Yes.
who got in trouble, because now I'm in trouble legally, right? I'm going to prison. I'm going to maybe pass the rest of my life in there. But does that make me a bad person because I act on my instinct?
No, you.
When I was feeling in danger.
He was in a bad situation.
Right?
You're not a bad
So
person.
that doesn't make me a bad person.
The guys who wanted to kill you, they are the bad person.
But what if they didn't want to kill me? That was all in my head. Why if I was, I don't know, I took a pill of something, I took some drug and that makes me go cuckoo, and then I fly out on this person and I kill him. You know, there's many reasons of what somebody is going to bad behave.
But, that's true, that's very true. But there is one thing that hopefully nobody or most of us or whoever watching it, the energy, okay? One thing that it's true and it's for sure that you can feel bad energy. You can see sometimes in the eyes of the person that you are looking to, outside, whatever, you can see that there is something in them that is not good.
Yeah.
Now, how you can explain that? You know, good.
The intentions, right?
The intentions, like the way they maybe think or the way they look at you. You cannot tell them, oh, you are.
Yeah.
You can, maybe they are in a bad situation, maybe they are not.
They
maybe
see you as a dollar sometimes, right?
Maybe, or maybe not.
Your money walking around for my business.
That can be true. Maybe there is jealousy, but you know, all these bad feelings, bad moods, and this envy, jealousy, that all can be all together up, and it creates a bad person. You know, so there is something that with the energy that can categorize you as in this section or not, and it's not the society, right?
But
it's
what creates a bad person? I'm sorry for cutting you there, but what creates a bad person?
At the end of the day, it comes down to your intentions. That's the only thing that comes down, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, if your intention is to not just like to get my money, is to harm me.
Yeah.
You are a bad person because your intention is not just to survive.
To get the money. It's just to
harm me
because you like that, right?
You like that, or you want to make somebody feel that, or because you hate somebody, or because you're jealous.
But why somebody will want you to feel all that?
Because they hate. There's something inside of them
why?
They hate. Hey man.
Maybe they have their lives fucked up, you know? Maybe somebody else.
Yeah, of course, something happens to you.
So what creates a bad person?
The situations you live in, the life around you, the information that you got, the education that you didn't get.
And you always have the choice, right?
Exactly, your choices. That's exactly where we come down to.
You have the choice to make good when you have a situation where you can do bad.
Exactly, and at the end, you know, some people will come down, hey, it's not my fault, it's the you know, like we were talking about maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago in the car, it's the place I was born, I didn't have any extra whatever money or opportunity, blah blah blah, I didn't have my family members there, mother or father.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what you are doing basically, if you are in that situation, just to let you know, because again, like mentioned in the first episode, I'm here and we are here to do real talk. It's called blaming, okay? It's called not owning your stuff. It's called not taking responsibility, because you will be like, oh, it's not my fault. Why I will take responsibility? It's your life. You gotta take responsibility of whatever happens to you, whatever you are. So basically, it's your choices you will make. It's not true that I will never have an opportunity to do this. Oh, it's not true that I cannot. Whatever you need, as we got, like the guy always says, and the guy is a very smart guy. One day we'll talk about him. Whatever you need is within your reach. Like the book that might give you an idea of how to do things and how to avoid some situations, bad situations, right? That will eventually, not today, not in a year, in 2 years maybe, bring you in a situation where you take that pill and you feel outside and you kill somebody and now you are in prison.
Yeah.
You weren't a bad person, you just didn't did of course the right choices.
Yeah.
And you let it slide. The thing that you could have done
to slide.
Not in that sense, the things that you could have, learned or avoid being in situations or with people that could have saved you your life or your situation. So basically it comes down again to your choices, in my opinion.
It is. So to let's say, to wrap it up, all this subject, what makes you a bad person could be situations, could be opportunities, could be hunger, could be addiction, could be experiences in life that has made you miseducation. There's a lot of factors, right? A lot of factors that could you put.
You're not born bad. I mean,
You don't think you're born bad?
No, because the person who is bad, let him be born in a good family where the parents take care of him, when the parents put him in a good space, good environment, right environment, and take care of him. 9 out of 10 will be good. The other 10, because you never have the full control, full time with the child, right?
Right.
He might be exposed to some things and define it in another way than it should be, right? He might see somebody hit somebody and think, damn, he deserved that because he lied to him. So he will interpret that like it's right to do that. And one day, like I said, or the other, he will do the same thing. Yeah. But it wasn't right to, you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean, because you're saying that the most of the people who have these right situations in their life, that everything's good, life is blessed, they were born in a family that has everything to offer to them, love, affection,
that's like the base, that's the
home, whatever. They have all the good situations in their life.
That's from your start.
And most of them, they're going to be what we call good persons. But that there's crime can be committed, crime can be committed by people who have money and people who don't have money. Because even the people who have lots of money, they all commit crimes. And again, I don't know,
but
man. I'm kind of confused at this point. I'm sorry, I'm kind of confused at this point, because what makes you a good person, what makes you a bad person, it's choices at the end. If we want to wrap it up with this, what makes you a good person, makes you a bad person, it's all about choices.
Choices mixed with where you are, and what was your come up.
Yeah, but let's say I come up from this place where I didn't have nothing, I didn't have food on the table, I was beating up when I was a kid, I had low income, or my family had low income, I had to quit studies because I had to go work and stuff like that. But at the end I become someone with great value because I put the effort on myself. I started reading the books, going to the library, right? The library doesn't cost you a penny, right? So in countries like the one we live, for example in Canada, we don't have to pay for the library, it's a public service, right? So let's say I come up from this place where I have nothing, but I start educating myself, putting value in myself, and I become this role model that we call a good person. But again, I don't know, man. I don't like to label people as you good person, you bad person, because you never end up knowing
the thing is
people, right?
It's not if you are good doesn't mean you will be good. Doesn't mean you were good. I can do good thing right now, but maybe in the past I did bad things. Maybe in the future I will do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a permanent thing.
Okay.
It can change. That's for sure.
So it's evolving with us.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Okay.
No, you never
so
know.
if I did lots of bad things in my life and now I want to take the right path,
yeah, you
I
know,
become a good person.
if I don't know you, I don't know your history.
Mhm.
You are a good person to me. Wow, this guy is great. I don't know your history. You know, like you know what I mean. But the example that you give, somebody comes down from nothing to somebody, and it's good. He's a good person. That's possible also because, I just had a thought. Everything has a cause and effect.
Yes.
How it works, you always have a role model. It can be your parents, it can be family member, somebody,
Mm-hmm.
it can be something you saw on the television,
Mhm.
movie star,
Yeah.
whatever, right? There is something that always causes you to do things. And if your environment that you are in has a lot of bad influences,
Mm-hmm.
even though they are supposed to be good, let's say family members,
Yeah.
friends, or people you hang out outside, if they are bad influences and at that time you don't know that, it has an effect on you. But if you have that somebody who will give you that good effect and understand that yes, we are in this bullshit place, no job, no whatever, no enough money, your mother is working I don't know how many hours, and you gotta survive and do your thing, know that those people here, like again guys, it's a warning, you don't want to do that because the end of the project, it's gonna be something bad.
Yeah.
You're not gonna finish somewhere good,
Yeah.
and if you don't finish somewhere good, you won't do good choices,
Okay.
and you will be labeled as a bad person.
Choice leads you to another choice.
Of course, any choice you make gives you more choices,
Mm-hmm.
more results. You know, like so you can be in a bad situation.
Yeah.
An example that we can give, maybe not here, but let's say in LA,
Yeah.
the gangs, Compton,
Yeah.
right? It's the culture there. You are born there. You are born in like a family who has problems with each other, different families,
Yeah.
and all you see in your life is the red, blue, danger, flashy people with a lot of money, a lot of cars, beautiful girls.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, how are they doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You get influence. Oh, somebody gets shot, your best friend, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna revenge, You're in that lifestyle. You're making the choices. And now you're there and you're telling, hey man, it is what it is. And it's my life, it's my choice, I'm gonna go and do that. It's either jail or I make it in rap music, let's say. Some of them, they do, because they do the right choices, right? They put the time to work on it,
Yeah.
to get out of the hood.
Yeah.
Because they understand that, you will be labeled as a bad person at the end of the day if you continue to stay in this lifestyle.
Yeah. Also, you don't want to be broke all the time, right?
You can be rich.
I'm not saying that they're broke. I'm not saying
Mhm.
this. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that you guys are
But
broke.
a lot of them can
What I'm
be rich.
saying,
illegally,
exactly. Yeah.
You know? And they give you the examples.
There's many ways to have lots of money.
Yeah,
It
the
could
money.
be under the table.
The
it could
money
be
is
on the table.
exactly.
Right? Like let's take for example Kendrick Lamar.
Mhm.
He made it out because of his music, right?
A lot of them.
And lots of things.
Most
we
all of
don't
the
know.
rappers.
I mean, I don't know his life, right? We don't know his life.
Yeah.
From what we know,
Yeah.
he came out of stand out because of his music.
Of course.
Because he had stories to tell. He
About
said
his life, yeah.
about his life, about how it is living in this.
Exactly.
these
And to be
places.
there and to be consistent and to do that every time,
Yeah.
it takes not just willing to go out and do the good choice, it
That's
just
true.
takes first the understanding of what's the future of whatever I am. Like next year, I'm gonna be the same guy with maybe more money but more enemies.
Yeah.
Who wants that? I mean, the best thing is to do is make money. Of course, you will have enemies, but
Yeah.
your enemies, hopefully, they don't have guns to come out and shoot you when you're at home sleeping. You can have business enemies.
Yeah.
They are like competition at work or whatever, or in the marketplace of rappers and singers and whatever you want to do, or
Mhm.
brand. It's okay. It's normal. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But being in that situation that somebody can just take your most valuable thing, which is life,
Right.
you don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They rob
sacrifice your life for material stuff in this world.
Yeah. And sometimes you will sacrifice actually things,
Family.
exactly, things that you love, that there is your life, you know? You will sacrifice school, you will sacrifice family, friends, respect, influence.
Well, you get
sports.
respect, right? You get,
No, some people lose
you also
respect
get,
for you.
Of course, some people lose respect,
Yeah, they're
but
like,
you
yo,
also
they
get
wanna hang
respect
with
from
others.
the people who are
Others, yeah.
who are involved in the same things as you, right?
After some time,
Like, let's say I want to, let's say I'm a basketball player and I'm really good and this and that. I get respect on the court because they know me, because I go there, because I shoot, because I play. Well, same thing. In whatever area you go in your life, you start going to get respect from the people who are doing the same thing as you.
Exactly. Because you cut out, especially like the people who lose respect for you or talk shit about you.
People who are not in this circle.
Exactly. Who shouldn't be, and that's the proof, you know, because most of the time they hate. First, they see maybe like, oh, this guy just don't like us or whatever, he thinks he's better.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Or after that, they see, yo, damn, shit.
He's valuable.
He's doing something, he's valuable, I am not, fuck him. Why I'm not like him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, or...
I want to be like that.
Or the third one, which is the guy who gives respect. Damn, he's serious, damn, he's special. He's serious about... It's not a question of special, bro, it's just a question of what's your goals and also of applying the plan that you want for your goal. Everybody has a goal, even drug dealers or whatever.
Everybody has goals.
But the goals can be a goal of just surviving this week, or a goal, damn, I wanna, you know, have a brand of my car. I wanna have my own brand of the car.
Yeah.
I just don't wanna, you know, buy a car or steal a car.
No, I want my own brand.
How I do that? Okay, study. Like different things. The bigger is your goals. Now it's turning to a motivational podcast, but the bigger is your goals, right? The better, because you're gonna work more harder to achieve. Even though if you don't achieve it fully, you still did more effort. If it's here, you know.
Exactly. It's like if you're in front of an exam, right? And you're focusing on that 60 to pass, you're probably gonna have 50 something.
Yeah.
Let's say you have 59. And the teacher doesn't like you for this or that reason, and you have 59, you don't pass. You know?
Yeah,
because you're looking for that 60.
Crazy.
So if you look a little higher, let's say, okay, I'm a student who actually looking for an 80. I might get that 60.
Or more.
Yeah, or more. So what we're saying here is always go for the as big as you can.
Yeah, as crazy as it can sound.
As crazy as you can think.
And it's not crazy, but for some people it will be like crazy. Anything we say, it's not really crazy.
It's
bro.
not.
Like, it just sounds crazy because right now in this moment it's not here, and you don't really imagine from the first sight how it can be achieved.
Yeah.
And or if you can imagine, then you're like, shit, it will cost a lot of money, time, energy. I need to do this, why? And then you think about all of the excuses and lies and people not like this, they don't want that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you're about to make a choice that will, again, as I said, in the long term, not will decide you're a good or bad person, but in your inside of yourself, it will make something of you, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not a question of good or bad person, it's just that your own self-image of yourself will be different than what it could be.
So as you perceive yourself, as you do.
Yeah.
And take them small steps, right? Because nothing, if you see a big picture and you want to like all the way get a bite of it, then you're gonna break your teeth because you can't. You start a little bite, then a little bite, then a little bite. And by the end of an hour, you're done with your apple.
Yeah, like you just mentioned, the problem you fixed it by dividing it. And what I want to tell that if you are in a situation of specifically being in a bad situation, the best way, of course, is you learn yourself and all that, but it's to be in presence of people who have good influence and who have good way of thinking, right? If you are with people who have Like an example, if you're in a crazy hospital, right, for crazy people,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna be
Yeah.
less crazy because all the people around you are crazy. But your how you call it, free time, you are with crazy people, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes you just see the doctor coming giving you the like, so you are influenced by them to be more crazy.
Yeah.
It's an extreme example, but if in real life you are in with people, let's say at least sometimes 6 to 7 or 2 to 3 around people who have minds that speak to you in a good way and they not just motivate you but have ideas floating. Like right now we have a conversation with each
Yes.
other, right? It's not negative conversation, it's not bad things. We are speaking about ideas and we are exchanging things in our minds
Mhm.
and we are learning new things. Now, if you don't have that type of person or there are people in your surroundings who will give you those type of ideas, things to pick it up,
Mhm.
it's not like only by reading the books. It's communication with people who have value or
Right.
have the willing to have more value. That's like who you should normally stick around with, and that's how you will grow.
Yeah. Getting feedback from it.
Yeah, and
Like if I tell a person one information that I learned in a book, but this person is not interested at all, or is not in the same cycle
Yeah,
or the
exactly.
same vibes, he's not gonna receive my message. He's just gonna say, "You're talking about bullshit, you little
Yeah,
weak ass," or
in
something
that
like
case,
that.
you can always put effort, and you don't want to understand this, why. You can always, but hey, sometimes you cannot just change how people
Right.
think. Some people are the way they are,
Mm-hmm.
and that's their choice. Again, it's your choice, my choice. Me, I trying to give you some game. If you don't want it, your choice. If you want it,
Your choice.
your choice. Good for me, good for you, right?
Right.
It's a question of exchanging
Mm-hmm.
information. If you don't have that, it's pretty tough. And another thing is we are really young, but maybe you are a little bit older than us. Maybe you have a wife or you have a girlfriend. People used to say if you have a good wife, you will be somebody good. Somebody like a good person, a good wife who's with you
Mm-hmm.
will make you a good person, good husband, good businessman. Why? Because
one of the time with her.
exactly, like he's the person that you spend the most time with. It's the first influence that you have in your life. If that person is negative, doesn't like what you do, didn't lose he lost the love for you or whatever, there is no support, it's bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
imagine if it's long-term shit and it's your vibe and it's the person that you see every day and it has a bad influence on you, you gotta start from there.
Yeah.
It's not just okay, I'm gonna go at work or see my friends to be influenced by good people and good minds. No. It starts from the base. From where
home,
you are.
right?
From
where
home,
you live.
exactly. From
the place you call home.
it's basic. You have family, friends, work.
Yes.
Most of the time you go with work and family.
Yeah.
Right? You're lucky if your work is your friends or family. But that's the places that you have, the 3 places.
Lucky depends.
Yeah, exactly. But you gotta balance that, right? But
yeah. Always.
that's the places that you go most of the time. So if here it's bad, but here is good, the bad will affect the other good.
Right.
It won't be harmony, So yeah, that's it for today. We got pretty deep. We got some motivational stuff out. Hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time, I guess.
Please do some comments. Comment below, like
Yeah.
now.
Like it or
We
whatever.
like it. We like your
Engage.
comments, right? Otherwise, we don't get your feedback. We don't get what you